Well, the investigation into the attempted assassination of Donald Trump intensifies as lawmakers tour the scene of the campaign rally shooting earlier this morning. The House Homeland Security Committee chairman led that trip to get a firsthand look at where the gunman fired shots at the former president, wounding him and killing a spectator. NewsNation senior national correspondent Brian Entin joins us live at that scene. So, Brian, I'm curious, what are lawmakers saying today?
Yeah, Kelly, this was Republicans and Democrats that toured the scene. They just wrapped up a little while ago. They were even able to climb up onto the roof and look at the area where the gunman was perched and was able to shoot former President Trump. They said that they were shocked how easy it was to get up onto that roof. They were shocked how small the perimeter was, all of the things that went wrong. There's also a water tower nearby that they say they were surprised to learn there was no sniper up on that water tower keeping an eye on things. And perhaps what I found the most interesting, Kelly, was they said that they have spoken to local law enforcement officials as part of their investigation. And they say they have learned about a massive communication breakdown. Now, we knew there were communication issues, but we didn't know the extent of it. They say they have been told that there was not a local law enforcement official in the room in the Secret Service Command Center, which they say is typical. You would normally have a local officer in there on a radio so that they could relay to the local officials exactly what's going on, all the different local departments helping out. They say that did not happen, which they found to be shocking. Listen to what we just found out.
Some of the things we learned today, normally the local law enforcement guys are allowed to sit in the Secret Service. So they had two battlefield, as we call them in the Army, tactical operations, basically the control areas, the control room where the leadership sits and monitors the actions. And the local guys and state guys had their own, and then the Secret Service had their own. And normally they put a person from the locals in the Secret Service area. Today, the locals shared with us that they were not allowed to have anybody in there. So that makes you want to dig a little further, right? And in terms of radio communications, from what we could tell today, and we need to get some clarity, some granularity on this, there was very limited communication between the locals or the outer perimeter and the inner perimeter.
Now, this is going to be crucial, Kelly, if all of this pans out, because the question all along is when the shooter was spotted by people in the crowd and when the local police saw the shooter. How come the Secret Service didn't immediately know? How come the president, former President Trump, was not immediately notified? What was the breakdown there? This starts to explain that. If they weren't on the same radio system and there wasn't actually a local police officer in the room with the Secret Service in their command center, that could very well be a very big part of the explanation, Kelly.
Wow. All right, Brian Entin, thank you for that update. We'll be following the story closely, of course.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.